Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are here with the Ultimate Racing League Academy AM Croc Cup, which I named it. It had nothing to do with Ultimate Racing League, I thought, because they're racing in the Porsche Cayman, and I did a little bit of research and found out the Cayman is a kind of crocodile. So, Croc Cup. It's the juniors and the beginners, ladies and gentlemen, the people just easing their way in to it, into the sim racing world. They're just dipping their toe, seeing how they feel about the league racing. And yes, it's been an absolutely cracking little championship. I thought we were going to be seeing a lot of mistakes, a lot of errors. I was going to be feeling, awkward because it's like, oh dear, they've had an off here and they've had an off there. No, not at all. It's been the total opposite. These guys have raced harder, faster than any aliens I've seen before. They are a crop of absolute cracking little drivers. So brace yourselves. It's round 4. We're at St. Croix for 2 25-minute sprint races using the racing soft tyres in the Porsche Cayman. Right. Their results have been toted. They have been added up. And there is a table. I don't know if there was a table last round, but I have positions. I have news. So, in first place, ladies and gentlemen, is the Carlsberg on 91 points. In second place, chasing him down, hunting him down, some would say, is the Saint on 85 points. In third place, ladies and gentlemen, is Ginger on 81 points. Tight for the championship title here, ladies and gentlemen. In fourth, we have Krell on 61 points. He's ahead of Waitsy, who's fifth with 57 points. And then we have sixth, Bubblegum with 50 points. Then in seventh, we have Fazzy on 49 points. In 8th place, we have Ninja on 42 points. In 9th place, we have Black Star on 41 points. And in 10th... Why have I not written 10th down? 9th... Hang on. Let me get this together, because I wrote them down. I've got 9th there. I can see 11th there. Oh, I'm going to have to get the picture up and try and find out whom I put in 10th. Who's in 10th? Sorry, gang. This was meant to be smoother than this. Mistakes happen, we all can move on. 10th is Taff. Yeah, he's down here. Sorry, I did write 10th. Taff. He's on 24 points. In 11th, we also have Frank on 24 points. Then in 12th, we have Steele on 14 points. And in 13th, we have Hawkeye on 13 points. And in 14th, we have JC on 9 points. So there is battles up and down the field. Wayne in the chat saying evening thingy, that's Carlsberg. And MJ from the World Racing Community saying surely you should be in bed, it's past midnight. No, I'm a night owl. I work nights, so that's why I can only do these streams at weekends, because my week is taken up by working through the night. So Sunday night is my turnaround night. I stay up all night and sleep all Monday. So I'm fresh for work Monday night. It's a good workout. I don't usually stream all night because I don't like to keep the whole house up. But it's been one of those weekends where I've not been able to fit it all in. And we've just got to try and squeeze a couple more replays before the sun rises on us. It's an all-night streaming party, baby. No Ark for me tonight. I'm going to try and squeeze in a bit of Ark. I've got to tame at least a one more dinosaur. So let's have a look at the grid. We saw that championship. It's tight. Well, I saw the championship. I read it out to you, and it's tight. So how did they qualify, ladies and gentlemen? Let's check that out right now. On pole position then, we have Black Star. Black Star looking very feisty. I think, he entered last round or the round before, and he has absolutely slapped since he's hit the tarmac. Fantastical stuff. In second place, ladies and gentlemen, on the grid, it's a rolling start. So there's a little bit of a gap there, is Ginger. Ginger in third, remember, putting his hat in the ring for some big points here at St. Croix today. Then in third place, ladies and gentlemen, is the Saint, second in the championship. So the big hitters all here, all gathered for the race. The leader of the championship is there, qualifying in fourth place. A slow burn for Colesberg. He knows it's not all won in qualifying. There's a little thing like the race to get by first, and starting fourth does not faze him in one way or another. Then, starting in fifth place, ladies and gentlemen, is Krell. Krell looking very, very racy when we have seen him. And Krell, I believe, 9 years old. I mistakenly said he was 15. For some reason, I thought that he was, but no, I was corrected. And Krell, a 9-year-old pro sim racer, ladies and gentlemen, take a boo. And then in sixth place, another junior is Ninja. And Ninja also a feisty little racer, ladies and gentlemen. They have come good. And Ultimate Racing League trying to bring on young talent, and fair play to them. So that's Ninja, in sixth. Seventh is Frankie in the plain green Porsche, and he'll be looking for good points. He looked good, very fast last time out, so keep an eye on the Frank. Then in eighth, we have Hawkeye. I'm not sure if it hasn't loaded up or he didn't have. He had an absolute banging. I might try and delete out and load back in to see if Hawkeye does have a livery, because I'm sure he had an absolutely banging livery last time, but I'm not sure. So that's Hawkeye in eighth place. Then in ninth, we've got Waitsy. Waitsy fifth in the championship at the moment, racking up those points. He feels like his races could be better, but still, he's getting the points and picking himself up a mid-table position there. In 10th, we have Bubblegum. Bubblegum always usually at the sharp end, but it looks like St. Croix not working out for him at the moment. And this is the problem. Some tracks just do not suit the racer. And this could be one of those times. We'll see. We'll see how Bubblegum gets on in the race. And then 11th, ladies and gentlemen, is Steele. And Steele has struggled this season to keep up with the cars, but never gives in. Just keeps on cracking on. And that is a good foundation for the beginnings of some real pro sim racing skill sets. He's learning the ways, ladies and gentlemen, and I am absolutely overjoyed to see him return each round to give it a go and try and better himself. Right, I'll delete out of this then, big people, to see if we can have if we can have a livery on our boy Hawkeye. See, it's still not right. We'll quit out of the whole thing and log in. I don't know. I'm not going to do the cookies. Could I do the cookies? It only takes 2 seconds. It only takes. Oh no, you have to come out of 100 menus. The menu simulator. He probably didn't have a livery. I'm probably getting myself bang at it, but it's a good practice. Delete your cookies, people, before you go racing or watch your replays. Right, no, I didn't want to close that. I was listening to myself on the iPad. How terrible was that? I got distracted by me. It's in collection, and it is race 1. There, boom, loading. Fill me with megapixels. Done. Now, Race on. And then replay, play. Let's hope this is the situation we're looking for. Right camera. Black Star pole, like I said, Ginger, Saint, Carlsberg, Crow, Frank. No, it looks like it's just a standard livery, and if it isn't a standard livery, huge apologies, Hawkeye. Doesn't seem to want to load in your livery for some reason. I've done everything I can my end. So here they go then, ladies and gentlemen, a rolling start. Oh, I haven't put any information up. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Not that either. My gosh. This is because I've done too many replays in it and burnt out already. And just start. So here we go, we're going. Black Star leading them down to the first corner. Lots of 90-degree corners here, and it's a tough track. It really is a tough track. Challenging, some would say. They've not been easy out on our starters, our noobs here with some of the track choices, but got to throw them in, make sure they can handle it. So Black Star then leads them away with Ginger closing in, and the Saint is being heavily harassed by Carlsberg. He's going to have to go to HR. And Carlsberg then all up and about his business. HR for kiddies, that's like going to the head teacher. Krell going for a big move around the outside, but Carlsberg had that one covered off. Ninja up to 6, fighting it out with the Frank and Hawkeye and Bubblegum, slipping back a little bit with Waitsy. Alongside Waitsy, and Steele has picked himself up a penalty, but Black Star running away as we have a duke out here with Saint Ginger. Ginger's into the barrier, oh my word, and that's going to help Carlsberg through. Carlsberg making his way. This is why he's the championship leader. He knows it's not all happening in qualifying in the first couple of corners. He's just got to let it simmer. And Krell also getting ahead of the Ginger after he abused a barrier. Ninja in 6th, and he's okay at the moment, but Frank and Hawkeye are side by side looking for a fight here. And Frank gets in there a little bit before the Hawkeye. And Bubblegum getting ever closer with Waitsy driving behind, getting the panda stare. He's getting, oh, and it's a heavy break in here. And Hawkeye falls behind Bubblegum. Bubblegum gets through. Saw a lot of tyre smoke there. And Waitsy then, he just sits behind, letting them get on with it. Hawkeye in 9th. Then now Bubblegum up to 8th. He's on a mission. Frank is in 7th. Ninja is in 6th. We've got Ginger in 5th. Krell in 4th. We've got Carlsberg up in 3rd, giving the Saints a lot to think about. And this is all while Black Star tries to run away and hide. We're not even halfway through this championship, and with Black Star on a deficit of points after missing a couple of rounds, he's got plenty of time to try and make up, but Carlsberg's got to keep racking up the points, as does the Saints, not to let Black Star slowly catch them up. Ginger in 4th. He's got himself back ahead of the Krell. It's the Rexies. Watch out, they've got the Rexies, ladies and gentlemen. Roar. Makes me miss Ark. I've got T-Rexes in Ark, they're cool. One's called Grex, and I can't remember what the other one I called, but he's good level. Ninja is in 6th, and Ninja going very fast at the moment, very fast, giving it a threat. And here we go, look, we've got all sorts of fighting down here with Carlsberg now under threat from the Ginger. There's squealing wheels all over the place. Krell going at the Saint, and the Saint dropping a couple of positions there, but there's plenty of racing to be had here. It's not all lost. There's still more to come. Carlsberg under threat from Ginger. Ginger wanting his position back. And this is great for Black Star as he disappears into the distance. Ninja slowly closing in on them, battling people ahead for a podium. Then we've got Bubblegum following him through. Bubblegum's had a cracking start. Waitsy's he's got himself past the Hawkeye, but Hawkeye's coming back at Waitsy. And Waitsy then gets himself over to one side of the track, and Hawkeye just has to follow him through. Frank is a little far back there. I don't know what's happened to the Frank, but Frank has he's fallen back from the pack with Steele there in 11th, cracking on. So Black Star leads from the Berg. And Ginger there in third spot. Oh, Saint coming in really late there. Does he make the corner? Not quite, and he spins it out with Krell just missing that one. And the Ninja is up, as is Bubblegum, up into sixth now. And the Saint gets going again in seventh. The Saint, remember, is second in this championship. Cannot afford to drop too many points, with Wasey now closing in. Wasey looking very tidy in the Porsche. Hawkeye following him through in ninth. We've got Frank in 10th. And we've got the Steel in 11th. Black Star at the moment getting it easy, getting it his way. A cool run without any harassment or haranguing. Carlsberg in second, trying to get away from the Ginger, but Ginger fancying a race of it. And Can Do in the chat saying awesome racing, love this track. And Can Do saying hello thingamajig. Well, hello Can Do. Hope you are well. So Ginger trying to close in on the Berg as Black Star runs and hides. He's playing hide and seek today, not racing. Ninja fourth and Bubblegum fifth. We've lost the, oh yeah, the Saint we know had a spin, and it looks like the Krells dropped back as well. And Wasey and Hawkeye closing in to do battle here at St. Croix. And I agree, Can Do. I like this track as well. I think it's a solid track, good fun. Frank in 10th, and he's got a big job to catch up, but I'm sure he has the ability to do it. And Steele now still finding his way with the Cayman, and this is tricky. The braking for that is real tricky. So you come into those corners rather fast, and the braking is earlier than you think. So Black Star still heading on, doing a super job, just disappearing from the pack. Carlsberg trying to close in on them, but they're getting a little bit out of the way now. Ginger not as close to the Berg as he was. He seems to be slipping back a little bit now. Berg absolutely pulling up his socks and getting on with business, as Ninja in fourth and Bubblegum following through in fifth. And it looks like Bubblegum aiming to have a little dice with Ninja here, as the Saints side by side now with Krell doing battle, as Krell out wide might get a good swing into this corner, and the Saint gets a little bit of a loose rear derriere, a rear end swinging car, and Krell easily takes the position away. And the Saint, we know he's just got to dig down. He's flustered, he's pushing, he's just got to find his centre, and Krell's got a big sideways action for Krell, and that gives the position back to the Saint. Beautiful stuff. And St. Croix showing how tricky it can be, seeing how these little Group 4 Porsches react to the track. They're even on the racing softs, and you can see they're struggling with a bit of grip. Hawkeye is being caught by Frank and Wasey. There was Hawkeye behind these guys, so Hawkeye somehow getting ahead, but he has been a naughty boy, and he's going to have to go and sit on the step for 0.5 of a second. And Frank now aiming to try and get by and make some action in this race. The Saint not too far away either. Bubblegum hunting himself down at the Ninja, who is chasing Ginger, who has caught up with Carlsberg. Unbelievable stuff here. And Ginger making a fight of it. Ginger, remember, is third in this championship, with Carlsberg leading, and Ginger 10 points behind Carlsberg at the moment. So he really does need to finish ahead of him to keep the championship quite interesting. Black Star leads the way, and no issues from Black Star at the moment, keeping it clean, keeping it lean out in front, with Carlsberg on the hunt for the win, and Ginger dropping back a little bit now from Carlsberg. Ninja in fourth place, and he's a bit away off of the podium battle, but one mistake ahead, and Ninja is ready to step up to the podium, with Bubblegum there in fifth place and Krell in sixth. The Saint, though, isn't as sleepy as you think, and he will be on the attack. Hawkeye not too far behind, but he's been a naughty boy, and it's going to be his time on the step, with Frank hunting him down for position. Frank is on a push. Wasey in 10th, And he's ahead of Steele, who is finding this St. Croix a little tricky, which it is, because it's uphill, downhill. It seems like they're quite square and straight lines, and you think, oh, this is fine. Look, it's a squirt, brake, turn, squirt, brake, turn. But they're all sort of undulating. Up and downhill is undulating. So, yeah, your car, the physics of the car is always against you. As you're braking into a corner, you're either going downhill or uphill. And Hawkeye then losing position. That must have been the penalty he had to pay, and that's put Frank up into 8th, as Krell looking wild in 7th place. Looked like he just swung out there. And Saint now in 6th, with Bubblegum chasing down Ninja, and Ninja's picked up a penalty. This is going to get juicy. That's going to put Bubblegum into a bit of a striking position. And Bubblegum, remember, starting 10th in this race, up to 5th. All things going well for Bubblegum at the moment. A little tyre screech there from someone. The Saint in 6th. Losing points on his rivals, Ginger and Carlsberg there. And Blackstar absolutely landing a winner at the moment. We're about roughly, not quite halfway into the race yet. And Blackstar doing a stunning job in the Cayman here at St. Croix. Carlsberg under a lot of pressure, ladies and gents. Ginger starting to really lean into this one now. He's taken the fastest lap. And he's finding his vibe here at St. Croix. He's finding the right lines. He's getting blinded by the sun coming off the back of Carlsberg's Cayman there. And as they ease into the nice swinging right corner, uphill, see, it's really, and it turns even tighter and gets higher. The gradient of the hill all the way up, and that is always throwing off your physics. The gravity is against you. And then, I mean, braking uphill is a lot easier than when you're going downhill, because... So yeah, even though it looks to the map like a rather simple track, but oh, and Carlsberg there, going into the barrier, and Ginger will be pleased. Ginger approves, ladies and gents, and he is now right on the tail of Carlsberg, and Carlsberg is going to have to defend. It's going to have to defend or absolutely sling it into the corners. And the problem is with slinging it in the corners is sometimes mistakes happen and you go wide. Oh no, Ginger slung it in instead. He's racy, ladies and gentlemen. Blackstar out there in the lead. Carlsberg in 2nd, Ginger in 3rd. Then we got Bubblegum. Bubblegum's caught the Ninja up. And we said, oh, there's a little bit of door banging here from Ninja and Bubblegum. And we saw Ninja got the penalty, didn't he? He had a penalty. So that's going to have let Bubblegum into the action. Bubblegum's late braked it into the corner. A small bit of contact there. And Ninja just behind, chasing down Bubblegum. Bubblegum up to 4th now. He's on a one-man mission to gain as many places as possible. And he's doing a superb job. Rather aggressive, you'd say, but he's racing with the big boys. He's racing with grown-ups. He's probably got to overcompensate for his height. And Carlsberg and Ginger are really starting to duke this one out now. And I'm sure they will be slowing each other down at this point, giving Blackstar a free run to the checkered flag. A non-complicated race. Just what Blackstar is looking for here. Big points. Ginger then, he is battling. He is battling with Carlsberg in the championship and on track. Bubblegum in 4th. The Saint now comes through as Ninja. Ninja is he's had a moment. We could have a look to see if anyone else was involved or if it was just a Ninja thing. It looks like just coming off the corner there. And I've done that before myself. Easily done. And it's a fast one, but you just have to little dab, and if you don't get it right, you hit that curb. Yeah, I've seen many Not just me, but I've seen many a pro sim racer make that move, ladies and gentlemen. It is so easy to do. And Ninja, he can't sweat it. You can't sweat it, lads. You just got to dust yourself off, crack on, and make the next lap faster than the last lap. Hawkeye, though, closing in with Waitsy. And Ninja, he's probably going to be absolutely steaming mad with the track, with himself. And Hawkeye trying to find some space where there is no space, slinging it up the inside. And that's given Waitsy an opportunity as Hawkeye picks up a penalty. And it looks like he's thoroughly had enough of the Cayman and pulled over to the side of the road. And that is it. He's done. He's done, ladies and gentlemen. So Black Star leads, Ginger in second with Carlsberg in third. Oh no, Ginger was all up in Carlsberg's business, but now he's easily passed and away from him. Carlsberg, what happened to thee? 31.5 for Carlsberg that time around. He's dropped 6 seconds on Ginger, so I'm assuming he's had a bit of an off. And Bubblegum there in fourth, but the Saint coming back, the Saint. And Bubblegum nearly off the road there. Had to do a bit of avoiding action, a lift, as he went wide to stop the spin. And that's given the Saint an opportunity to get himself back up and into fourth place and get on his way as he chases down Carlsberg. And Bubblegum, though, don't count him out. Absolutely pure racer through and through. And he'll be wanting to have a go back at the Saint. Frank is up to 6. Frank absolutely laying it down. And the Krell, who we've seen before, absolutely cracking little racer. But it looks like St. Croix is a struggle for him. And his tyres starting to wear out the front left. And he's leaning on that front left. There's not much you can do. And look at Ninja, barely used his tyres. Probably got most wrecked from his spin. And Waitsy there, he's picked up a penalty because he's a naughty boy. And Steele there, cracking on. He's getting the blue flags as the field comes through. But his lap time's getting stronger, 39 and a 50. So, yeah, slowly but surely, Steele finding his way around here at St. Croix. Black Star leads with Ginger in second, Carlsberg in third. The Saint recently up to fourth past Bubblegum. Now the Saint, ooh, I thought he'd made a mistake there. A 25.4 last time from the Saint. Bubblegum a 28.2. And Frank's doing 26.2s here. But I think Saint's made a mistake somewhere along here. He's lost 2 seconds this lap. Bubblegum hunted him down. And the pair of these, beware, because Frank is coming in with such rapidity that he wants to take that momentum straight past and get himself up to fourth, which would be some fine driving. Now these two are swapped. No, Carlsberg, then Ginger. Oh yeah, sorry, it's Steele. I can see the rail car. I thought, oh no, is that Ginger? But I believe it's Steele that they're coming up towards in the distance. And Bubblegum and Frank are starting to line each other up. Frank having a look at what opportunities there is. And yeah, Bubblegum loves to ride it out there wide. And I think he's having to lift to avoid a spin. And that's given Frank an opportunity to get up and in his inside. As Steele tries to stay out the way. Look at that. Oh, what a shame. He was trying. You could see he was trying to get out the way. But ended up in the middle of the road, not sure where to go. And Frank then is up into fifth with Bubblegum as well. Yeah, Frank's got the move done on Bubblegum as Bubblegum slips down somewhat. But we're 18 minutes into this race. It's coming close to an end. Krell trying to close down on the Bubblegum with Ninja in eighth. Not too far behind. Ninja with 26.5 last time around. Krell at 29.0. And you can see this track is taking its toll on our drivers here, and Krell's tyres definitely getting a hit. Wazy in ninth, just looking for good points as Steele gets a half a second penalty, probably for the off when he let the guys by. Black Star flying high. Looks like it's an easy win for the Black Star here at the moment, as Ginger rapidly moves away from the Berg, and that's going to be good for his championship, gaining some points on the championship leader, Carlsberg. Saint still in the fight, in the points, but not on the podium. Had the speed, the pace to be on the podium today, and he'll be looking at the debrief, what happened in those early laps when he dropped back and then had to have a fight to get back to where he belongs. And Frank as well, great drive from Frank, who was quite far back in the grid, to make his way up and into fifth. Has he got the pace though to catch up the Saint at the moment? And Bubblegum there in sixth, was flying high but lost a bit of time these last two laps. He's dropped into the 28s, when we can see he's more than capable of mid-25s. And behind them we've got Frank and, Krell and Ninja. We saw Ninja slowly catching up with Krell, and he's going for a move there. Oh, whoa, don't cut out. Ninja then, he went for the move up the inside. He's made it stick and made the move. Fantastic stuff. But Krell coming back for an inside line, late break inside line in the first corner. We're at 20 minutes now, 5 more minutes of racing, and Krell goes for the move there. Can he stay on the track? Ninja easily gets through with the late break move by the Krell there, and now Ninja 7th, chasing down Bubblegum. Bubblegum 32 for that time around. Bubblegum struggling with a bit of pace at the moment, and Ninja wanting to close in. Krell in 8th. We've got Watesy in 9th, with Steele in 10th. Black Star leads the way. Ginger in 2nd. Carlsberg in 3rd. And Carlsberg then, he's got the pace. I mean, he didn't qualify too hot, did he? He was down in 4th, was he, for qualifying? Behind Saint, Ginger and Black Star. So he has gained a position there from Saint. He is kind of winning. Saint at the moment, 24.5, pulling out the bag with 4 minutes to go. And Carlsberg also, his fastest lap just recently with a 24.3. Ginger at the moment, 28.3. So 4 seconds off of the time Carlsberg. So Carlsberg is looking to reel the Ginger back in. Black Star has done nothing but 24s or 23s. He did the odd 25 on lap 2 when his car was fat of fuel and heavy as a lead pipe. But now he is flying. So Black Star then crossing the line for maybe his penultimate lap, his second to last lap. He might get around and cross the line before the 5 minutes. Gets the fastest lap with the 23.0. And Ginger crossing the line. And these cars are getting nice and light now, quite fast. 23.8 for Ginger. Carlsberg, ooh, a 25.1. He's not going to close in on Ginger there, with Ginger doing that pace. And the Saint there, 24.5, closing in on the Berg by half. Ooh, no, a second. Saint's taken out of Carlsberg's time there. Frank, 23.4. Frank's really getting some speed out of that car. Bubblegum in 6th. Ninja has been a naughty boy. He's in 7th. He's got a half a second penalty, with Krell coming in, but Krell's tyres hurt. They hurt a lot. We've got a yellow flag. It's for Frank. It's for Frank. It is for Frank. He's going slowly. Where's Bubblegum? Frank might be safe. Frank may be safe. Come on, Marshall, move your arm. Bubblegum a little further back, so it looks like Frank may have got away with that. He's going for fastest laps, isn't he? And he's pushed his car a little bit too far, it would seem. Ninja just around that area as well, but Krell looking for that position back from Ninja, as Ninja is carrying a naughty boy penalty above his car. Watesy in 9th, just holding on, I fear. Just trying to get to the flag without destroying the car. And Steele also just getting into the groove. I tell you what, though, he's done some all right lap times. From where he started with 3 minutes, he got 20 odd seconds off of the time. And that is superb. Learning every lap, that's all you can do. This is what it is. This is a school, ladies and gentlemen. It's a driving school. And these guys are being mentored, I believe, by the better drivers. So yeah, he'll be getting advice on how to go forward with this. Black Star, fastest man on track, and moving quite speedily away from Ginger, who is moving away from the Berg. The Berg struggling to get some times down. Maybe it's those tyres. The tyre wear is worse on Ginger, though, and we're into that risky period now where they'll be struggling with understeer, and their cars could spin out easily through lack of grip. The Saint, fantastic tyre wear for him, and 24-0 last time out, as he tries to find his way towards Carlsberg, who was a 25, and Ginger, who was just on a 25 now. Is that the tyres? Black Star still in the 24s. Ginger managing a 25, and his tyres are pretty done. This is their final lap now. We've only got 30 seconds on the clock. Carlsberg with a 28.7. He's lost a lot of time there. The Saints come through. 25.8 from the Saints. His tyres still in a good condition. We've got Frank going past, and the Bubblegum didn't manage to close in on him after Frank's spin. Ninja there in 7th with Krell in 8th. None of them catching the checkered flag. It's not come out yet. Waitsy crosses the line, and Waitsy is our first finisher in 9th place, ahead of Steele, who I think's just having a bit of a rest at the side of the road. Black Star, easy slam dunk of a finish for him. Ginger, as soon as he cleared the Berg, it was all clear. It was all good running for him. Cool runnings. With Carlsberg looking safe in 3rd. The Saint was starting to close in on the Berg, but it seems like the flag might just save Carlsberg here, unless he ruins something himself. Frank in 5th, ahead of Bubblegum in 6th. We got Ninja in 7th, and Krell with some real bad tyre wear in 8th. Waitsy already finishing in 9th, and Steele there comes across in 10th spot. And Black Star now still going around the final parts of the race. Ginger pretty safe. I think everyone looks okay. Frank, Bubblegum and Ninja all rather close to each other, but it would take a mistake for a position change at this point. And Black Star then just coming up to the final corner, giving it some big welly on his final lap. He's got the fastest lap of the race with the 23.0, and from lights to flag, ladies and gentlemen, he has driven almost perfect race. Great stuff from Black Star as he crosses the line to take the spoils of the win. Superb stuff. Ginger had to have a fight of it, had to roll up his sleeves, had to get down and dirty, but finally comes out up and into 2nd place. Couldn't take the fight to Black Star, but took the fight to Carlsberg and the Saint. And Carlsberg, oh gosh, that finished quickly, didn't it? And it's not going to let me go past. Hang on. The timer's not long after the race, is it? Let me see. 27 minutes, it says. So yeah, Carlsberg, Black Star at least got to cut across the line. I guess it's because our boy Steele and Waitsy crossed the line a little while ago. So Black Star takes the win and the flag. Ginger, I believe he got to the flag, didn't he? And Carlsberg not quite getting to the flag, but finishing in 3rd. Saint finishing in 4th. We've got Frank in 5th. Bubblegum finishing in 6th. Ninja in 7th. Krell in 8th. Waitsy finishing in 9th. And the Steele finishing in 10th. So a superb race run by Black Star there, and Ginger, Carlsberg, and the Saint had a good race come back. He dropped back quite a bit, you know, and yeah, he fought his way back up there. Bubblegum, he was down in 10th, fought his way up, and Krell in 8th. It's all good here. Right then, moving on to the 2nd race of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, and still on racing soft tyres, and I think it's a reverse grid, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Huge thank you to Ginger for sharing the replays, and we appreciate you. It's usually Carlsberg. Maybe he ran out of storage. So here we go then. Obviously, a couple of the juniors usually don't take part in the second race as it starts to get a little bit late for them. So we'll see who we've still got. Waitsy starts from the front with, yes, a Steele has gone. Waitsy starts with Ninja behind him. Bubblegum starting there in third. Frank starts fourth. The Saint starting in fifth. We've got Carlsberg in sixth. Ginger starts seventh. And the Black Star in eighth. So we've lost Krell, Steele, I'm not sure. We had 11. Oh, yeah, because Hawkeye left before them. So, yeah, I think we've only lost Krell and Steele there. So, race on. Everyone on the soft tyres around St. Croix for 25 minutes. Waitsy leading them away with Ninja hot on his heels. And Bubblegum in third place. The lights are out and we are racing now, ladies and gentlemen, as Waitsy leads them down to the first corner. The tyres won't be as warm as they would like. And so braking is essential for this first corner. It could all be lost. And Ninja absolutely sending it all the way up the rear derriere of Waitsy. And Bubblegum also in that fight with Frank close behind. There you see the top three as the Saint is behind us in fourth place, and there's side-by-side action there between Ninja and Bubblegum, and Ninja just slightly going ahead of Bubblegum as Waitsy leads, and Ginger coming through. Ginger, excuse me, I am coming through, he says on Frank as Frank tries to defend from the Berg. Carlsberg somewhere thereabouts, or he was. He's dropped back himself. Some tussling behind as the Saint goes up ahead of the Berg, and Black Star just waiting for a moment. But Waitsy at the moment doing a fine job leading Bubblegum and Ginger. Ginger getting past the Ninja. And Ginger now trying to get himself up on the inside of Bubblegum, but Bubblegum flying at the moment, doing that corner very nicely indeed. And Ginger struggling against the Ninja. Ninja all the way up in his spoiler. He's climbing into the exhaust pipe, but it looks like Bubblegum's lost a bit of traction mid-corner, and that is giving Ginger a great opportunity to get himself by and up into second, but it hasn't worked for him. It hasn't, and now Ninja is in this action, and it's Ninja and Ginger side by side. And Ginger has to get out of it as he's trying to find a way past Bubblegum and Ninja. And Ninja's out wide there. Ninja's out wide, loses a spot to, Ninja. Bubblegum's out wide. He's lost a spot to Ninja and Ginger. And the Saint also crawling and creeping by. And he gets a position up against Bubblegum there. Then we got Black Star slowly making his way through. He's got past the Frank and Carlsberg having an issue. Carlsberg slipping to the back of the pack, and Waitsy's under fire now from Ginger and Ninja. These two are glued together. Someone's welded their cars together. Ginger and Ninja forever. And ever. So Ninja then now having a look at the rear derriere of Waitsy. Waitsy having to defend like a lion. Rawr. As, wow, and the Saints now in there with Ginger. And it is a hustle and a tussle, ladies and gentlemen. Girls and boys, lizards and aliens. It is an absolute battle royale. We haven't seen excitement like this since Fortnite's release, ladies and gents. And the Saint then tipping his hat and getting his nose just ahead with Waitsy in second. Ginger's up to second as well. It's side by side down the hill. It's crazy town, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! And Ginger looks like he's had a knock with the wall, come off and knocked someone else. I can't keep track of this. Saints into the lead. Black Star's up into second. Ninja's third. Bubblegum's up. It's Waitsy. It might have been Waitsy that Ginger tapped. Carlsberg's found a way through. It looks like it's Ginger and Waitsy and I don't think Ginger did it on purpose. He knocked the wall and bounced off the wall straight into the car, and I believe that was Waitsy that he may have knocked into, and now he's up and past Waitsy as the Frank is at the rear derriere of the pack. So Frank having some issues with this track. There you go. You see the back end doesn't want to sit down for him. It's all over the show. Saint leads, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic driving from the Saint at the moment. Ninja up and into second, but he's been Black Star's going up against him. And Bubblegum also in this battle, stuck in behind the pair of them as they go side by side most of the way around the track. Ninja's on the inside of the corner, claims position, but Black Star around the outside, but Black Star's a little bit wide, trying to find a way back on the track. Bubblegum through, and now Carlsberg's looking for a way through. Remember, Carlsberg was at the back of the pack, only one lap away, and 1 lap ago, and now he is up and into 4th spot. This is some crazy racing. Ginger there in 5th with Black Star now slipping down into 6th with that small wide moment that he had. Ginger, Black Star and Carlsberg going at it, and Black Star's gone for a lunge up the inside. It's worked out for him. Great driving from Black Star there as he makes the move on Carlsberg. And Ginger, though, able to get a move done on Black Star. It's 3 wide as they come down to the first corner. It's going to be the battle of the break-in. Who brakes last? And Black Star, the last to break, the first to touch grass. No, he saved it, but he did lose time going through the corner. And it's Ginger now in 4th, Carlsberg in 5th, and Black Star in 6th. With Frank in 7th, he can still see his competitors, but they are a little further away. And Waitsy seems to have had a bit of a nightmare somewhere along the way. Saint is leading with Ninja in 2nd, Bubblegum in 3rd, Ginger in 4th, and the Berg closing in on this battle, leaving Black Star further behind. So the Saint, he wants to make a big gap for himself, and so he can have a bit of breathing room from Ninja and Bubblegum and Ginger and the Berg as well. Let's get on board with the Berg to see what the action go on. Up ahead, and here they go. They're all pulling out of the tow each other into the braking zone. Ninja's aiming to try. Oh, he brakes a little later, but it's just right because he stays ahead of the Panda car of Bubblegum. And look at Carlsberg going for a move on Bubblegum. No, it's not on. It's not quite there, and Ginger there as well, gatekeeping as the car comes in from behind, and it's Black Star. Black Star back into the battle. Carlsberg, I think he lifted to avoid hitting anyone there, and lost position to the Black Star. Black Star's also got himself up ahead of the Ginger. I think Ginger made a small mistake into that corner, had to brake more than he wanted. Carlsberg lifted to stay out of the way and not take out Ginger there, and Black Star just absolutely slapped and got it up the inside, and he's lent on Bubblegum and Ninja there to get through. So Black Star up and into 2nd place, suddenly alive, but has the Saint gained enough ground? We're 7 minutes into this race, and the Saint is absolutely pelting it, with Black Star now in 2nd, Bubblegum in 3rd, and Ninja going for a move. No, he's not. He's thought better of it. Ginger's fallen further back. Ginger going very slow. What's happened there? Something broken? He's got a broken wheel. He's only in 2nd gear, and he's going extremely... Oh, did he knock Carlsberg? Did they have a coming together? Is he waiting for the Berg? And Waitsy there in 8th place. So Carlsberg quite down the field, and it looks like Ginger's going slow, waiting for him. Puts Frank up into 5th. Bubblegum getting a move on him from the Ninja up the inside, and Ninja now is in that 3rd spot. Maybe not. They're duking each other. There's not much room there. Ninja, you've got to let him back on the track. Oh, no. Ninja and Bubblegum having a huge coming together that could have been avoided. I think there was a little bit of handbags there, a little something over nothing there, and it's let Frank through. Fantastic for Frank. Frank getting the fastest lap of the race so far, and managing to get himself up onto the podium, with Bubblegum and Ninja having some kind of falling out on track. But no, Frank's made a mistake, and Bubblegum now up and into 3rd, with Frank in 4th and Ninja is trying to gain on the pair of them. Ginger in 9th with Carlsberg in 7th, and Waitsy is in 8th. The Saint keeping it clean, keeping it out of trouble, flying at the moment up and into first place, and pulling out a nice gap as we are 8 minutes into this race, nearly 9 minutes. Black Star having to fight his way through. Ooh, he's lucky. We saw in the first race, who was it? Ninja, who got caught by that barrier and it spun him out. But somehow Black Star just surviving all the way through there. Frank on Bubblegum. Frank giving it some big beans, giving it all the kidney beans. Past Bubblegum. And Bubblegum, is he going to try and late break him as Ninja just sitting in the periphery? And again, Frank having to take the corner defensively. And oh no, these two are together again, Ninja and Bubblegum. And it's explosive, ladies and gents, when Ninja and Bubblegum come across each other. Ninja is up and through though, up into 4th, Bubblegum 5th, with Ginger in 6th. We got the Carlsberg in 7th, championship leader down the field. Not looking too great for him at the moment. There is plenty of time on the clock to turn it around. And with the hard racing we're getting there with Ninja and Bubblegum and Frank in the middle, Ginger may have an opportunity to close back in. Well, he has. And Carlsberg also is in sight of the dueling Caymans ahead. Waitsy in 8th. He's a little bit behind, but a small mistake from any of these and he's back in the game. The Saint flying at the moment in the lead, with Black Star pulling away from the pack. Also in 2nd place, we've got Frank in 3rd again. Ninja in 4th. Ginger, Carlsberg. Oh no, Bubblegum's gone. Bubblegum has gone, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got the Frank there, and Ninja in 4th place now. Is he close enough to get some action on the Frank, or is he got to worry about Ginger coming in fast? Ginger just taking the fastest lap of the race so far, as Carlsberg in 6th place. And Carlsberg then gaining a position from Bubblegum going, but still losing shocking points to his competitors. The Saints, and well, Ginger's only just ahead of him, so it's not too bad. But at the moment, Ginger is driving on a mission with that fastest lap of the race so far. And Ninja ahead, 31.6 from Ninja, with Ginger going 23.4, nearly 10 seconds faster. And Frank is not too far up the road either. Black Star is away, and he's trying to close in on the Saint. The Saint 24.3 last time around. 24.5 from Black Star, so he's got to find a little more speed than that if he wants to close in on the Saints. Superb stuff. Then we have Frank in 3rd, Ninja in 4th, but Ginger closing in. He had that fastest lap last time around, and yeah, Ginger looking very racy indeed. So Ginger in 5th, we're on board with, alongside, as we close in on the Ninja. In the chat, oh well, God, I've missed a bit of chat, sorry guys, I don't mean to be so Can Do saying amazing how dramatically different the tyre wear was between drivers. Great racing, that was fun to watch, and great commentary as always. Oh, thank you, Can Do. 2 races, love it, I enjoy watching this group race. And Carlsberg saying, let's just say, wasn't my best outing. Hey, we all have them, and we have tracks that we just don't seem to be able to get it right. We want to, we can visualize it, we feel that we know how to do it, and then when we try and put it in practice, things don't go our way. Ginger very close to the Ninja now. Rexy ready to chomp some ninjas. It's Ninja versus Rex. Hi-yo! I need some animes, don't I? I need some something flying across the screen like a Rex fighting a ninja. So Ninja at the moment though doing very well, versatile in their ninjaness. ahead of Ginger the Rex. And Ginger looking for a gap up the inside, trying to late break this one and make the corner, and it's done. He's done a great job, gets out of the corner, avoids the barrier, and it's looking good and done. Ninja has a little bit of speed coming out the corner against Ginger, but it looks like Ginger doing just enough to stay ahead of the Ninja. Carlsberg staying way out of that fight and hoping one of them makes a mistake. And at the moment, Ginger just ahead of the Ninja, but the Ninja isn't messing around, and he'll be wanting to come back. And Barcelona next should be a good one. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Always looking forward to you guys racing. It's always good fun. And there we go. Ginger still ahead, but Ninja's throwing everything he's got at him. He's pulled up alongside, and now Ninja is feeling fighty. And then Ninja then just with his nose ahead of the Ginger, and Ninja really is digging deep and trying to find something extra here at St. Croix, as Ginger feels the burn of that overtake, ladies and gents, I tell thee. Carlsberg in 6th, flying off the track rather than on the track, and Waitsy there in 7th, picking up points as you do. The Saint leads the way. Black Star's trying to close in now. Black Star's gone fastest with a 22.7. We're 15 minutes in. We've got 10 more minutes of racing left. The Saint at 24.3. It's a lot. It is a lot, isn't it? It's over half a second faster, and the Saint is going to be more than aware of that. And he just can't let it go to his head. Can't start pushing and his braking points. Smooth it out. Get the speed from smooth driving. I mean, he went faster than he's gone before the last time around. So the message is coming in about Black Star and him closing in. And the Saint isn't getting reckless, isn't getting foolish. He's driving sensibly, ladies and gentlemen. Smoothing it out, finding the time. The worst thing you can do is start pushing. It slows you down. It really does. It may work for one lap, but it's not. Whoa, big wiggle. A big wiggle from the Saint as he comes up and over the hill there. Frank has been a very naughty boy. He's got 1.5 second penalty, and that is going to help Ninja and Ginger. I don't know how far behind they are. It's quite a way, but 10 minutes of racing still to go, 9 minutes of racing still to go, and the pace of Ninja is back ahead of the Ginger. I think we saw that though, didn't we? I'm sure I pulled away after Ninja pulled the move on the Ginger. But Ginger isn't one to give up, so Ninja he's in for a race for the rest of this race. And with Frank's penalty, they could line up a nice podium battle here. Carlsberg in 6th. He's in the chat. He said it wasn't his favourite outing, and he's looking forward to Spain next round. And Waitsy there in 7th. It has been a bit of a race of attrition, hasn't it? It's who can last longest on track, as we've had a few disappear. Hawkeye and the young guns, Bubblegum. Black Star's leading. What happened to the Saint? I'm sorry, gang. That seems that happened too quick. So the Saint and Black Star there. We know Black Star is going at some sort of amazing pace, and there you go. Just touched a bit of the grass, and that's all it takes. He got himself back on the road again, but that was all Black Star needed, and Black Star now staring down the barrel of a double win here. Big points for Black Star to try and come back at the championship leaders. So Black Star now, with only 8 minutes to go of the race, is leading the way. The Saint with a small mistake, and that's what it takes. Just a small mistake, and we wonder if he was pushing a little too hard. Like I said, sometimes it doesn't pay dividends to push too hard. It's not good. You're best off keeping it smooth, keeping it clean, and just being very difficult, just parking it on the apexes to make them go the long way around. Frank at the moment is looking very good, very good. Carlsberg's gone in. I don't know if he's just parking it. He's had enough of the track. Ninja is a half a second penalty, which Ginger is gonna love. So Ginger then, oh, he's had a sniff and a whiff up the inside there of some clean air. But Ninja says, no, not there, sir, not there. Ninja will be trying to pull out a bit of a gap there so he can pay his penalty with no issues or woes. The Saint losing a bit of time this lap with a bit of an off and position to Blackstar, losing the lead. He's going to be absolutely beside himself, but still second place with the championship contenders. He's racing against Ginger and Carlsberg further back down the grid. Frank's had an absolute banging one this race to find himself up in third place as Ninja and Ginger slow each other down with their racing. Now Ninja with that half a second penalty, and that could be it. That could be what Ginger needs here to move himself past and up and into a solid fourth spot. But at the moment Ninja not wanting to give that place up and trying to push on to build himself a buffer up to take the penalty without losing the spot. But here we come. I'm sure it's along here, is it not? Nope, not yet. And now Ginger very close behind. Yellow flag ahead. It's Blackstar. Oh my words, they're losing their minds, ladies and gentlemen. And oh yes, that'll do it, that'll do it. Don't make it worse. That's it. So the Saint retakes the lead again. Blackstar on the move, and Frank here fancying second place. Blackstar having to be careful as Frank closes in. Ninja under threat from Ginger, and Ginger gets the job done as Ninja puts a wheel on the kitty litter. And Ginger then up and into fourth place. And oh, that was a bit of a brave one through that corner. And Ginger up to fourth. Ninja now, he's paid his penalty though, so he's penaltyless. And he's coming to get Ginger. What a cracking battle these two have had. Frank closing in on Blackstar, but we know Blackstar has huge pace as the Saint now, as we come up to the 20-minute mark, only 5 more minutes to go, is in a solid position. But anything could happen. We've seen it. We've seen Saint throw the lead away once already to Blackstar, and then Blackstar return the favour. So who says it doesn't happen again before the end of this race, as Blackstar off wide, and that'll give the Frank even more opportunity, as the tyres will be a little bit dirty, and he'll be struggling with grip for the next couple of corners. And Frank eager to relieve him of that second place. Ginger in fourth, pulling away from Ninja now, as Ninja, after Ninja got that penalty. Waitsy being closed in by the Berg making a pit stop. They are on the same lap, and Waitsy feeling the pressure from the Berg all over his rear air. Ninja chasing down Ginger, and Frank closing in on Blackstar, but Blackstar now finding his mojo and moving up, moving away from the Frank. Ginger's okay, so it's Waitsy and Carlsberg that's the closest battle on track at the moment. We're at 21 minutes, and the racing is very strong. The Nesquik Porsche we're used to seeing at the other end of the grid. Championship leader, ladies and gentlemen, Carlsberg. And this is going to put a dent. It's going to be a bit of a dent into his lead. Yeah, I think he may still be leading by the end of the rounds, but it's a chunk of points he's thrown away to his closest competitors. And Waitsy doing a fine job at the moment, staying ahead of the Berg. Excuse me. 3 minutes left on the clock, and the Saint moves on up in the lead with Blackstar in second. He's starting to creep away from the Frank. Ginger in fourth, Ninja in fifth. Anything can still happen. 3 minutes on the clock, and anything could happen amongst these guys. Carlsberg closing in on the Waitsy. The Saint looks good. He looks good out there in the lead. It suits him. And big points for the Saint and his championship campaign. Blackstar in second place. He'll be feeling he threw this one away. But it's nothing more than what the Saint did ahead of him. And he's getting the purple sectors. So he's going for fastest lap that he's already got. And Frank, superb job from Frank. Had a bit of a mission in the first race. But this second race, not a foot wrong for him. Totally clean bananas race. He may have even eased off a bit with Ninja and Ginger taking time off each other with their racing. And Ginger again going for a move on the Ninja. And that's Ginger then up and into fourth. Ninja in fifth. Ninja trying to pick up a toe before they heavily break into the corner. Say corner, it's virtually a hairpin. Side by side through there, beautiful stuff as Ninja and Ginger fight it out. Ginger in fifth, Ninja in fourth, Frank in third, Blackstar in second, getting purple sectors, and the Saint leads the way. And he's quite a way away now with the clock just hitting 24 minutes. It's going to be the leaders that cross the line first. But the flag not out. They're going to have to do another lap, I believe, after this one. Yeah, because they're only 25 seconds away, and there's a minute left on the clock. So the Saint comes up to the final corner. Blackstar safe as well with no cars around them. And that's the Saint then through the final corner and takes a win. Superb drive from the Saint there. Superb stuff. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Great drive. Oh, no, it's another lap. Sorry. I thought the timer had run out. I don't know what. I was tripping out. Sorry. My brain, you know, like a fuse box. It tripped out like a fuse. So, Blackstar, you've got to remember, kiddies watch this. Frank then in third. And Ginger then. There's still time for Ninja and Ginger. I don't know why. I just blanked out. I was just in another planet. I thought it was the last lap. Carlsberg there in sixth. With Waitsy in seventh. It might be last lap for some of these guys. Carlsberg coming up to the final corner. And he's slowing right down to give Waitsy the position. So Waitsy is up and into sixth. Fifth in the championship. It's going to help with the points there. Not bad. And Carlsberg giving away all the points here for this championship. And Waitsy then grabbing himself a fine sixth place. Superb stuff. Carlsberg home in seventh. Then we have the Saint still leads ahead of Blackstar. Then we have Frank in third, Ginger in fourth, and he's some way ahead of the Ninja. These two have been at each other, wheel-to-wheel racing all the way through this race. It's been amazing. And these guys still about a lap off. I don't want it to cut off, you see. I don't know what the timer is they've got. I'm sure we've still got at least another minute before it cuts away. So the Saint, fine drive from the Saint today. Did everything was asked of him and more, and done a absolutely super job. Blackstar in second, walks away with the fastest lap. Got himself in the lead at some point, but got a little overexcited, threw it off the track. And Frank, great drive through the pack for Frank. Kept out of trouble, whilst others didn't. And the Saint, I think, is going to let the Saint cross, and then that'll probably be it. I'm going to have to pause it and check the times. So the Saint takes the win. Beautiful stuff from the Saint. Great drive, Saint. Right then, what's it saying? What we got? 27, we've got 22 more seconds. So we can see Blackstar cross the line. Just about, great stuff. Frank as well, possibly crossing the line. And that's it, third. I don't think we've got time with another one. Oh, 10 more seconds, where's Ginger? Oh, Ginger and Ninja are right there. Okay, we'll push our luck. Ginger then ahead of the Ninja.
crosses the line as Ninja. Oh, we did. We got them all across the line this time. It must have just been weird in that first one. So, Saint, a fantastic drive from the Saint there to take a win and add some big points to that championship effort. He's in second place, remember, on 85 points, hunting down Carlsberg, who's on 91 points, 6 points difference. The Saint he's at least got closer to that championship lead, or has taken the championship lead. Black Star, some cracking driving from Black Star today, and I salute you, sir. Beautiful stuff for second and first in the first race. Frank gets a podium. Superb driving from the Frank and Beans. Ginger in fourth. What an absolute wheel banger, door banger with the Ninja. Door to door, wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper racing, and fantastic stuff. I am impressed. Ginger really does suffer with tyre wear. Then Waitsy in sixth, being gifted that position from the Berg at the end, who just, but he did make a pit stop, so maybe he feels with Waitsy not making a pit stop that, is he the same laps? They were the same laps. So Waitsy in sixth, and the Berg championship leader finishing in seventh, losing a lot of points. Oh, sorry, I know I'm flipping, but I just want a good central shot. No, that's all we're going to get of the Saint. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's round 4 around St. Croix. We're at Spain next for their race, and I am looking forward to it. I think it's getting stronger and stronger. The drivers are getting better and betterer in the Porsche, and it's getting more and more exciting. So join me if this is grabbing you. Join me next week for the Ultimate Racing League Academy AM, the Croc Cup Round 4. If you want to get involved, if you think you're there and you're thinking, hey, I could keep up with these guys, get yourself on Facebook. Just get your mum and dad to make a profile on your behalf, and let them be in control of it. No one's asking you to do things that you don't want to do. And find the Ultimate Racing League on Facebook, and then get joined and ask about the Wednesday evening Academy AM, and Sell 'em Thingy sent you. Use the code Thingamajig, Reverend Thingamajig. I'm here preaching the gospel of racing, ladies and gents. So yeah, if you want to be involved, get involved. Don't think about it, get. As Yoda would say, there is no try, there is do. Thank you for joining me here. We've got some chat. So, it's Can Do saying, great racing, fantastic commentary. Thank you, Thingamajig, for doing what you do. Definitely entertaining. Been a long day. Get some rest. Oh, thanks, birds. I should have 2 more streams to do, but I am feeling a little So those 2 streams might have to wait. We'll have to see. We'll see. Oh, but I'm definitely going to have a bit of a break after this one, because I don't think I can go into another stream. My brain feels a little frazzled. Thank you very much to the Ultimate Racing League and all of the people involved in running this little championship that we get to see. And it's beautiful. And thank you to all our sim drivers, our pro sim drivers that take part week in, week out. We appreciate you, even if sometimes it is a nightmare, Carlsberg. But we do appreciate you. Thank you very much. And to you guys out there that watched this and interacted in the chat, that'll be Can Do, Carlsberg, and MJ. I appreciate you guys and people who watch it after it's finished. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Carlsberg in the chat saying night thingy. Good night, guys. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Tiru. Peace and love. Peace and love.